Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Hello, let's have my cue cards. Welcome. We are back, are we not? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the G3 podcast. I'm your host, of course, BJG, as always, along with the awesome guys of G. Starting off with Captain Mike. What's up? Good evening, sir.
Hey, what's happening, boys and girls? This is your captain speaking, and welcome to the G3 podcast.
Yeah, this is your captain speaking. Of course, ang ating kagawad, hindi pala kagawad, naka-blazer. XO, Raven Eyes. XO Raven Eyes. Kumusta, kaibigan? How are you, sir?
Okay lang.
Kalmado. Kung meron tayong bagong gising, nandito tayo sa bagong shop. Ladies and gentlemen, fresh from his appearance in the Secret Mixtapes podcast. Yes, Notch is in the house. Welcome, sir.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, mga kaibigan. This is your Notch speaking. And I'm a little
What is a notch? What the is a notch?
This is your Notch.
This is your Notch speaking, ang puta.
Is my notch speaking too?
Bakit
No.
ba? Trip ko to eh. Trip ko ba yung chaleko nyo?
Sorry. Magandang gabi, mga kaibigan. Welcome to another episode of the G3 podcast. And we have quite a good night. You see what I did there? A good night for you this evening. We are going to be talking about some of the most awesome things that happened. All right, in recent weeks, meron po tayong mga na-encounter na mga magagandang bagay. And of course, to deliver that, we're going to take a look at something that happened in the past. We're going to take a look at something that's really specific to the geek community in the Philippines, and that is going to be the game development history in the Philippines. Yeah. Pero bago ang lahat, kumusta muna kayo? Pinagagawa niyo, man. What are you guys up to? Simulan naman natin muna kay Notch, no? Kasi Notch is a celebrity. He came in after. Oh yeah.
Yeah, first of all, sa chat, okay ba kami sa stream? Nakakaramdam ba kayo ng lag or anything? Rinig ba kami? Like before we start.
Nakakaramdam ba kayo? Kala ko, may lindol na naman. Lumindol na isang gabi. There was an earthquake the other night. Just let us know if the stream is good. Please let us know. Thank you. Rafi Bagta says, the Notch has spoken. Yes, the Notch. My Notch doesn't talk. How about your Notch?
Notch mo.
Oh, yeah. It's quite quaint and quiet. Quiet. Sorry. Pero yun nga, so Okay. Some of our guys, I think there's a little bit of lag on the stream. Just let us know. But so far we're good. We're good on my end.
Alam mo bakit may lag, BJ? Alam mo
bakit?
Kasi hinahack tayo ng taga-Pakoma. Pakoyma.
Talagang taga-Pakoyma na yan. Naninira talaga yan. Pakoyma na yan.
Talaga yan.
Sabotahe talaga yan. Taga-Pakoyma. Pero wag mong alisin ang usapan. Notch, how was your guesting? Palakpakan naman natin si Notch for guesting in the Secret Mixtape.
Sobrang sayo. It's actually, I have a different podcasting kasi the Pillow Talk, no? And we were guests sa isang podcast, no? It's a stream takeover. And masaya lang. Konting inuman, and we talked about feelings and emotions. Things that di natin pinag-uusapan dito sa G kasi we have no feelings here. We have no emotions here. Only nerdism and geekery. Dito.
Yes. Ba't gagalit? Huwag ka magalit.
Masaya ako kasi naubos ko to isang mucho ako lang mag-isa.
Oh, wow. Manginginom. Alright. Anyway, sige. Let's move on to the next person na maganda ang gupit at maganda ang blaze, ang jack. Hakama pala. Hakama.
Yan.
Ano ba yung suot mo, pare? Ang galing eh. Ang ganda.
Robe. De Hakama.
Recording in progress.
Okay, kamusta pare? How's your thing?
Kakapanood ko lang ng Squid Game. Hello. Sorry kakapanood ko lang ng Squid Game, kakatas ko na kaya na late ako.
Okay, 'di ba? Masaya naman, 'di ba?
Masaya.
Well, yeah, masaya siya. Pero again, it's like almost any other Korean shows. They don't know how to put the best endings sa mga shows nila.
Oh, yun lang.
Doon sila nagsasuffer parate. Yun ang
What's
pansin
with the
ko.
pink hair, no? What's with the pink hair? Yun, hindi ko
Yeah. Ayun, okay naman yung Squid Game. Quick review lang. Okay naman yung Squid Game. I think most of it are inspired from Stanley Kubrick's cinematography and yung style. Pero na-cover niya yung yung mga yung talagang konsepto ng Battle Royale na na walang loophole kumbaga. Bigyan nila meaning yung mga character, 'di ba?
Walang lusot.
Oh, yung walang lusot na laban, 'di ba? Maganda. It's good. Yep.
Right. Actually, just for the benefit of people who are watching right now, it's loosely based apparently on a Japanese movie that was also based on a Japanese manga, which is called As the Gods Will. Daruma Sanga. Ito yung there's this jar that turns itself around. Tapos Daruma Sanga. Pag natapos na yung sinasabi niya, bigla siyang haharap. And then people look back.
Si Daru. Napanood ko yun eh. Pero dati pa yun eh. Tangina, brutal yun.
So if I were to ask you,
nun eh.
ganda no? Ganda nung
Ganda ng
ito eh.
manga.
So if I were to ask you guys, which one do you prefer? The current rendition, which is Squid Game, or that?
Well, yung tawag dito yung God's Will naman hindi naman siya hindi naman siya completely yung Squid Game eh. Hindi naman siya ganoon eh. Oh, yung unang segment lang nila sa game, yun lang yung parang basehan dong 'di ba?
Right.
Pero Squid Game, I think so far is the best rendition ng mga Battle Royale movies kasi nga any Battle Royale movies makita mo ng mga loophole eh. Kung may butas ba paano manalo, 'di ba? Lalo na 2021 na ngayon matatalino na mga tao.
Right.
Diba?
Exactly. Ayun, yan po pinagkakaabalahan niya maliban sa pag-stream at hindi po gumigising na maaga, nanonood ng Korean novela. And speaking of Korean stuff, we have our resident Korean drama expert, Captain Mike. What's up? Ano pinagkabalahan mo? Sasagyo. Ay, mali pala. Sasagyo.
Okay. So, bago ang lahat, I've been doing edits tsaka some errands din nung during nung downtime. Pero I have 2 items lang. Very, very important lang po mga kapatid, no? Yung mga nanonood sa atin ngayon, dami ninyo. 18 viewers. Maraming salamat sa inyo. Pero kaya ako nagpo-post ngayon kasi gusto kong batiin nga pa.
Nakita ko lang yung comment ni Jess eh. Ikakasal na ako bukas pengi tip.
Congratulations!
Ito tip, manood ka Squid Game.
Yun yung
Ito Jess, tip. Ito seryousong tip to Jess ha. Aminin mo na lahat. Aminin mo na. Sabi mo na lahat.
Ito. Ito ang tip Jess ha. Ito matinding tip. Ang playlist mo, simula tayo sa playlist, 'di ba? Kasi doon magsisimula yung mood eh. Bigyan kita ng playlist, 'di ba? Europa, Santana. Search mo 'yan, lagay mo sa playlist mo yung Europa na Santana. Tapos yung ha? Ano?
Pang-honeymoon ba 'yan? Europa pang.
Puta, pakinggan mo. Tapos Still Got the Blues, yan, lagay mo rin sa playlist mo yan. Tapos yan, dire-diretso na yan, Jess. Tapos wag body shot. Kaya namin, wag body shot. Baka bigwasan ka ng asawa mo, min eh. Wag body shot. Ano na lang, kiss na kagad, kiss. Yan.
Yan.
Na kagad.
Yun nga.
Sige, upa. Tuloy mo na, upa. Opakyu.
Opakyu.
Yun dapat sasabihin ko eh. Congratulations nga pala, bukas na ang wedding ni General Tuna. That's gonna be tomorrow. Pero yung pinaka-highlight talaga nito gusto ko lang pong batiin ng happy 18th birthday ang nag-iisang si Stanley Cubinar.
Uy, 18th birthday si Chaco.
Boy, Chaco! Happy birthday!
Sino yung 18 roses?
18 Chaco. Wala nga. 18 Chaco at saka 18 Batuta.
18 roses lahat may dala tsako eh.
18 turns.
Gera yung
Happy
pupuntahan
birthday
mo
to you.
eh.
Happy birthday to you, my brother. Happy birthday. I hope you're having a great time. Enjoy.
birthday.
Tuloy-tuloy lang. Tuloy-tuloy lang, kaibigan. Napakaganda. O yan. Sige na, Upa. Anong, tell us. I know you've been busy. Congratulations on your latest Cognizant Mobile Legends stream the other
Yes,
day.
yes. Thank you. Doon nga pala sa
What's going on?
Doon sa nanonood ng Cog Olympics Esports na Mobile Legends Tournament, meron pa kami for the rest of the Saturdays of October. Tapos back-to-back yun with Saturday Showdown. Alam niyo yan? Nagkamali pa ako ng pindot. Pero yan nga. Thank you sa lahat ng nagpa-follow, nagsusupport sa amin sa G all throughout these months.
Right. Well, it's been a busy week for a lot of people, and I'm telling you guys now, we have quite a good night in store for you guys. Everybody's been talking about this for a while now. Congratulations! A huge shout out to Team Goodnight, the guys who created the Goodnight Bullet Hell Hill. They'll be our guest for tonight. Just hold on to your butts. It's going to be a butt clenching evening. But what needs to be talked about would be, of course, something that's been unspoken in a long time. As Team Goodnight released their game recently on Steam, we are going to be we have to, of course, talk about the fact that Filipinos have been developing games in a while, no, mga kapatid. No? It's been a while since we've heard about games being developed. In our previous episodes, we guested Chaotic Pixel Studio. Shout out to JC Malapit of Chaotic Pixels. And of course, Boss Ben Banta of Ranida Games. There are a lot of stuff that are being developed in the Philippines, but our question is, paano nga ba tayo nagsimula? Where did we start? How are we doing now? And where are we going to take ourselves in the future? So ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. Getting into our G Spotlight.
Oo naman. Alam mo, staple natin yan eh.
Ayos yan. So let me begin with a question, guys. Do you guys have any memory of the earliest time the Philippines tried to develop or was able to develop a video game? Let's start off with Captain Mike. What are your earliest thoughts of game development in the Philippines?
May narinig ko na dati pa yung pinag-usapan natin na video game no. Merong kopya si Almond dun eh, yung Anito.
Yan.
Pero my story behind that is wala akong makitang kopya noon. That was in the early 2000s. Syempre hindi nag-uumpisa pa lang akong magtrabaho noon. So hindi pa ako nakakabili nung nung games. So hindi yan yung nasa listahan ko noon eh. Wala rin akong PC para gamitin yun. So the only game talaga na locally made na that I got my hands on was just recently na lang in the form of Bayani.
Okay.
Kasi yun yung ko dun eh. So yun.
Right. Sa'yo, Bayani. Now, it's quite curious that, Kagawad has that game. Have you actually played the game? And how long has this been in your possession? Tagal na ito sa iyo eh.
Totoong Anito, sa totoo lang di ko pa nalalaro. Kasi wala ako CD drive eh. Binili ko lang siya kasi naalala ko siya bigla. Nung bata kasi ako, nakita ko siya sa TV, 'di ba? Sa balita na, may AAA game ang Pilipinas, ganyan. Tapos nakita ko yung graphics. Sabi ko, tapos Tagalog din yung salita, 'di ba? So,
dito na sila. Ganun yun.
After nun, after so many years, nakalimutan ko na siya. Then, nung nagko-collect ako ng game, yun, naalala ko bigla, nga pala, may Filipino game nga pala ang Pilipinas. Sinanap ko siya. Sa Amazon, luckily, nakita kagad ako. Ganun lang kabilis. Once nakita ko, binili ko kagad. It was very cheap.
And that said, there have been a lot of games that came after it. Pero ano ba talaga? Paano ba talaga mag-develop? Ikaw, Notch, anong anong experience mo when it came to, developing games in the Philippines? Have you heard of anything when you were growing up? Kasi Anito's been around for quite some time. So,
Actually,
oh.
nalaro ko yung Anito. Ito, ano yun, di ba?
Recording
Before
stopped.
yung 90s, uso pa yung computeran di ba? And
Recording in progress.
there was this computeran na malapit sa amin na surprisingly, meron silang Anito na game. So, check out ko, no? Check out ko. It was similar to Diablo and MU, no? So, tinignan ko. So, doon ko lang nare-realize sa Anito, Filipino made game pala siya. So, ayun, every time pupunta ako doon sa computer na yun ang nilalaro ko. Sadly, hindi ko siya masyadong nalaro ng matagal kasi yung computer na yan medyo hindi stable yung pagbukas nila. Pero
illegal ba yan, pare? Hindi stable.
Hindi ko maintindihan kung bakit eh. Pero sobrang natuwa ako sa game na yon. And I try to look for it. Unfortunately, sabi nga ni Cap Mike, no, medyo mahirap maghanap ng kopya. From my end, medyo mahirap maghanap ng kopya. And then after nun, years pass. Yung second na experience ko was really Bayani. And iba yung Bayani. It's not only a fighting game, it's a fighting game based on our national heroes.
Right.
So, ang ganda lang.
True. Now, as gamers, mga kaibigan, and I'm pretty sure you guys, for the guys that are listening right now also, it's so much of a dream na makita natin, in the Philippines, that we know, hey, that's a Filipino game. That game's developed in the Philippines. It was developed by Filipinos, and it, there's something called Pinoy pride that's happening, that we tend to look for these things actively, and we become stalwart supporters of content created. One, not just in games, no. In recent events, as you know, 13 was released on Netflix, and it was quite the sensation. Pero one more thing that I want to follow up is, when you say game development in the Philippines, what were your thoughts about it back then, nung mga panahon ng Anito? And what is your thought now about it? Let's start off again with Captain Mike. Nung panahon na yun, pag sinabing game dev, anong impact nun?
Ang impact nun sa Pilipinas, kasi when you talk about game development ng mga early 2000s, yan eh. I'm looking for the right term eh. Parang it's too early. Parang we don't have the resources. We don't have the manpower. Yun yung challenges nung game development dito sa Pilipinas eh. Parang pag sinabi mo kasing game development, you need to have high-end or at least close to high-end equipment. Which in the Philippines, hindi mo siya basta-basta makukuha. So you need someone, or you need a place or a venue to get that. And back then, wala. Hirap eh. Hirap pa tayo nun eh. Pero ngayon, with the recent developments na yung every household na has a computer, alam mo yun, magkaroon ka lang ng idea, ma-download mo lang yung mga software na kailangan mo, it's easy now. It's easier now. Tapos meron pa yung schools nowadays, binibigyan na rin ng opportunity for game development, game design. Dati wala yun. Pahirapan pa nun ng So we've come a long way. So for short, we've come a long way when it comes to the game development in the Philippines, and I'm seeing the good direction it's going. It's headed pala.
Right. Ikaw, Mon, you're in the US now. Obviously, you're given more privy to things that are locally developed in the US. There are more games over there that's happening. Ano yung una mong reaction dun sa nung panahon dati dito sa Pilipinas? Ng Anito.
Yung Anito, di ba?
And the fact that talaga merong nagde-develop ng games dito sa Pilipinas. Ano yung una mong reaction nung nalaman mong may ganun?
Oh, dude, I was excited. I was excited nung panahon na yun. Oo, kasi of course nung nabalita ako nga na may Filipino game na dine-develop, parang Sabi ko, hindi pa kaya yung ganun-ganun. And then, ayan na yung Anito. Nakita ko yung Anito. Dude, at that time, like, it was on par with Diablo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It was very, very on par, very close. Kaya excited ako nung mga panahon na yun. Kasi talagang closest siya sa talagang I mean, hindi siya closest, talagang on par nung mga panahon na yun Nung panahon na yun sa game development na biruin mo yung Anito and then 'di ba? Kapareho nga siya ng mga ganon. And then I think dun yung as years move forward, game development move forward, doon tayo parang nahuli, 'di ba? Dahil nga pabago-bago na yung technology. Ang bilis ng transition ng technology. Na biruin mo from the CRTs of the PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 1s, and then suddenly we got HD, then we got 4K, then we got 8K, 'di ba? So mahirap mag-catch up talaga kung ganun. Pero nung time na nung Anito talaga, we were very close. We were very close. It's just that isa lang ang game developer natin yung panahon na yun lang ang sa nalalaman ko lang. Hindi ko alam yung iba, pero Anito was yung matunog talaga nung panahon na yun. Like very close. I was excited.
Right. Ikaw, Notch, you also I remember you told us that you grew up outside. Kumbaga yung teenage years mo was outside of the Philippines, right? So when you caught wind that we Pinoys are developing video games, were you also a skeptic at the time, or did it excite you? And then how does it compare now in this day and age of the internet?
Yeah. Actually, yung majority of my teenage years dito na sa Pilipinas, medyo dito ako lumaki na nung teenager ako. Pero nung narinig ko kasi yung Anito, I've never heard of, Pinoys being game developers. It was new to me. Kaya nung
Akala ko sabi ni Chino, hindi pa siya nakakarinig ng mga Pinoy. Pinoy mismo.
What's Pinoy? No, I've never heard of that. Pero yun nga. So nung na-experience ko Anito, kaya ako nagulat. Kasi may nagde-develop na pala ng games dito sa Pilipinas. Kasi I've always experienced games from Japan, 'di ba, and from the US, but never in the Philippines. Kaya nung na-surprise talaga ako nung sa Anito.
Right. When I first heard about it, tama si Kagawad when he said that it was on par with Diablo, because that's where it is. I mean, Diablo is where things are at the time, and I love playing. I'm a huge Diablo fan. Tapos nakita namin yung Anito, and then nagsalita yung opening scene nun, astig there was may matanda doon, tapos nagsalita, nandito na sila. Holy shit, they're speaking in Tagalog. Tapos yun yung clincher nun and then we saw the game. There are even some let's plays on YouTube. If you go to YouTube right now and look for Anito, there are let's plays that actually show you the first few hours of the game. Too bad that it's not yet at the time. No, it didn't flourish. Now I want to know why. I want to know more. Kaya mga kaibigan, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, for those of you who are watching the live stream right now, know better to talk about video game development. Kasi we're all gamers, right? I mean, Kagawad is a gamer, Chino is a gamer, Cap's a gamer, I'm a gamer. But none of us have actually put our hands on actually developing games. So no one can really talk about this in this panel right now. So better yet, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be inviting people to help us talk about their experience and their hardships and their story, none other than people who actually develop games. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you our guests for this evening. May guest na naman tayo None other than the guys, the three-man team. Well, there's more. There's like about 6 of them, but these 3 guys, main guys of Team Goodnight, who's just released their game, a fully Filipino, fleshed out game on Steam Early Access. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to welcome Alex Valdez Zayed Al-Shaheed and Ramon Nario, the guys who developed Good Night, Bullet Hell. They are joining the call right now. They're going to be welcome with a big round of applause. Round of applause, guys.
Let's go, Pride Chicken!
Fried chicken. Lord
You
Fried.
guys.
Let's go, Pride Chicken!
Magandang gabi. Welcome. Good
Right.
evening. Good evening, guys. Alex,
Evening.
Ramon, Zaid, welcome.
Welcome,
Yeah.
welcome.
Is I there?
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen,
Is it-
we're so proud to introduce
How many
to you our
people are in the
guests.
chat?
Sir? Teka lang.
How many
si-
people are in the chat?
Alex
They
is
might
being...
attack me.
No,
Because
Alex is being a developer.
it's a devil.
Guys, this is Alex. He's the one who blames
Responsible.
He is the one
Responsible.
to blame
for all of that. You have to
for
deal
all
with
the
it.
hardships. For all the hardships.
For all the butt clenching.
Yeah.
For all the butt
He's the mad
clenching.
scientist of this
clenching,
bitch.
Do you
The
What?
think?
mad
Like-
scientist.
Did you guys know that Zaid actually used to have hair until he met me?
let's,
let me
let's-
just say, let me just
That
say,
was
Zayed
coincidence.
is an honorary Filipino.
Oh,
Honorary
man.
Filipino.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Maraming salamat.
give.
Yun!
Oh!
Maraming salamat. There you go. You know, that's it.
Does he know? Does he know how to curse? I mean, I'm just curious.
He played good night. He played good night, BJ, of
Yeah.
course.
All right.
I know enough curses to handle myself in the street, so
Good. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Valdez is the lead developer and co-creator of Good Night. Welcome. Raven Skull over here, Zayed Al-Shaheed is the lead creative artist animator of Good Night. And of course, Ramon Nario is the guy who composed them sick beats.
The guy
When-
behind the six beats.
And by the way, Ramon Nario plays the game at the best because he knows the beats and he times it with the movement. Ganun,
I'm still
She's
waiting
lucky.
for the death beat. You know, when you die, then you. Still waiting for that.
There's gonna be a riff like blood, shit, and snot's gonna go everywhere. Anyway, welcome guys, welcome. And the reason why you're here is, well, you're honorary guests, but at the same time, we're gonna make you work this evening as payback for what you've done in Good Night. Congratulations, it's a good game, but god damn it, you made our hands hurt. So,
Do
we
you want
need
me
help.
to
Huh?
tag dito? Show how to play the game in one clip.
Ay, nag-aamo ng away to.
Watch.
Nag-aamo
Oh,
ng-
parang,
Watch,
parang may
watch,
gusto
BJ.
eh.
Show. Ah,
This is an actual controller. This is an actual
That-
controller.
That's good night.
No,
merch.
that's a good joke, ah.
That's,
merch.
it's one
I mean, good night. I
It's an
played good
actual
night with this.
controller.
Yeah.
it's one of those you have to hit hard and then it
Yeah, so
presses
it's
the
like-
thing.
Yeah, you know, it's like the old Street Fighter arcade games,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And
Oh,
the
yung
Raven
pressure-
Minamax.
knows that, yeah.
Oh. Hey, by the way, Zayd, don't do that again. All right? I mean, we're a child.
We're not that kind of podcast.
Just
eh.
playing good night.
Okay?
man.
We're not
There's
that
nothing wrong.
kind of
You
podcast.
do this, Sage, you do this. That's what you do.
This you do. But anyway, we're gonna need your help, guys. We're gonna need your help because we want to get into a discussion on game development in the Philippines, and you guys could discuss this even better, more than we do, and we want to get all the way to the success, and that is your game, which is Good Night. But before that, let's hear it from you guys. What's game development like in the Philippines? Because I know there are three major organizations that are working with this. In particular, just GDAP, the Game Developers Association of the Philippines. Of course, we know running the games there. Walter Manalo, it's an awesome guy. Shout out to Walter Manalo. And then we have IGDA, which is the more international version of it, the International Game Development Association. And then we have Cybercraft PH, which is headed by Ranulph Goss. And I have worked on certain, not just games, but also movies like Maria and Elimuom, if you guys are familiar with it. So these associations, these groups, these organizations are built to support and develop games in the Philippines. But what was it like for you guys? Maybe let's start off with the guy that's the most local here, Zayd.
Man,
He's
You're the most local looking guy in this.
Yeah,
he's
it's
the
from a-
most Filipino looking
from a
guy here.
tribe. From
Right,
a
right.
tribe.
And
I-
besides, his hairline speaks with mine. So
I
Zayd,
want to catch this first,
what?
because there were two organizations that actually really helped us, and Ramon and Zaid pretty sure is I pretty sure knows that these two association that really helped us. One is
Uh-huh.
Gariant, the Gariant Pizza at
Gariath
GC.
Concepts.
Yeah.
Oh
Gariad
yeah.
They're
Concepts.
always
Yeah, yeah,
helpful
yeah.
with us. Gariant
And then
that also with ESGS, you know that already.
uh-huh.
And VRPH, man.
We are
Right,
PH.
Zay? VRPH, those are the people who really support.
Great,
Really,
great.
really support.
Maybe you could tell us about that more. Tell us about how they helped you and how did the whole development course started here in the Philippines. How was it from the beginning, Zaid? From
Uh,
your experience.
from my experience, well, back in 2013 when I came here at first, like I would say no, 2012. I was at the time I was still in India studying for my degree. I was in my final year, and there was this project that came out. It was called what was it? Rival Threads, I think. It had a Kickstarter, and I was at the time. There's this very big international artist that. That was part of that project, which is Mike and L, right? And Mike was like a very chill guy that I used to be in contact with to help me out, figuring things out and video editing and stuff for my project. And so I was really interested in that. And I'm like, okay, so there's a game development scene happening in the Philippines. So and at the time I was a relationship with my girlfriend online, now is my wife, and I'm like,
Oh.
okay, it seems like, yeah, so it seems like it's a good thing to go to the Philippines and get to know the country, and as well as like see what's going on in there. So when I came here, it was very kind of like very difficult to start to get into studios. Like I was searching online for a place like to go to apply for a job or something, and I found none. Like practically maybe a couple of emails, and that's about it. And there was serious lack of information at the time, and I could not like survive in Manila for maybe like for only a few months. So I moved into Baguio, and thankfully I in Baguio there's this very cool guy, Gabi. He introduced me to the comic book club in here in Baguio, and through the comic book club I met this dork friend of mine, Alex.
Mm.
Yeah, and we started like there was some job opening in there at their studio, and I was already like freelancing. That was around I think 2014, 2015. I was freelancing, working with a friend on some projects, and Alex said that there is this interview we're having for our studio, so maybe you can try it out. And I did apply, and it seems that I was one of the better candidates at the time. And they liked my work, and I joined in, and we started working together in there. So
Ah.
yeah, and that was like the the thing that kind of like paved the way to where we are now. The cool thing is that the moment that uh, people started finding out that we're that's like in 2018 when me and Alex started got back to working together because the studio that we worked at had closed up. And we submitted. We were like making this very small project, which is Good Night at the time. It was a very simple prototype, and we thought that we're going to make a small game and upload it for mobile, and done, finish. Yeah. So we we like applied, and it's like we were submitting it to Google at the time. And then suddenly Alex is like, dude, we got invited to ASGS to take a booth. And I'm like, wait, what? for what? It's like this prototype, we can submit it and see what's going to happen. We can showcase it. I'm like, okay, let's do that. And yeah, from there, that's the thing that everyone, the moment that people saw the game, is like everyone was trying to help us. And ESGS, like especially when they're putting up all of these indie booths that are free for indie developers to just come in and put out their games and showcase it. That's an amazing support by itself alone, because all of these booths are super expensive, okay, to get it, and I know that a lot of indie developers, they don't have that kind of money to jump into that. So them putting that opportunity and for people to come in and see their games and everything, and that's amazing by itself. So
So you mean to say that it was ESGS that reached out to you? I mean, how do they even get to know about you guys? Or
I think Alex should take that question. He knows better.
Alex, what did you do? Tell us what you
Look,
do. What did you
answers
do?
here.
Okay.
Can you see how handsome I am?
Wow. Wow.
Actually, I've been supporting Yes just since day one. Like I never realized, but I'm actually since on the first day of my first year of ESGS, I had my prior games as well. And but then every year I go to ESGS. But this year, Zay, do you remember I was so sad and almost cried on Goodnight ESGS? Not on the reason you might actually remember.
What exactly? I forgot. Sorry.
we thought we weren't in.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
There's so much coincidence on Goodnight because there's no notification.
Yeah.
We're not on the we didn't like the Facebook page for like almost 1 month. We didn't know.
Yeah.
And I was
The
doing
news
a
came in
comment.
suddenly. Yeah.
And then I was doing a commentary at Splatoon Philippines because I'm one of the heads of Splatoon Philippines. I went to Playbook. I was commentating. It's like I was there with Harvey, one of our friends. I was like, man, dude, I'm so sad we didn't get in. What's the name of the game? You guys are almost awesome. Good night. That's wait a minute. Then he put out his phone and showed it. This is you.
Now I remember. Now I got a flashback of that.
What would happen if that didn't happen? That didn't happen? Because I'm actually a really reactive developer. So there's no actually Filipino mythology from the start, right? And even the Filipino mythologies and PC version wasn't an idea. And then we turned things around. So ESGS was a turning point for sure. Okay, go ahead and talk about yourself.
Yeah.
No, that's I want to know. I mean, I'm pretty sure the guys, Notch, Almond, and Captain Mike, they all have like very interesting questions to ask you. But maybe if just you guys can just follow up on this question. So now you got in, you finally on ESGS. Did you get any further support from a lot of people? Because at the time, there are also a lot of games that are being developed. There's Nightfall Escape. There's Law Mage Academy. There's even Project Zandata at some point is already also happening in ESGS, and a lot of these things are also being developed and being done. In your case, and guys, follow up on this question. Did you guys get any support, or did you guys get any help with the organizations out there, the publishers? I know you guys are under Double Think Games, right? Is that right?
Zaid could follow up from here, but I'll just say we don't forget people who helped us. You can see the special thanks.
That's
I mean it's all about the fans. I mean, and 2018 ESGS, that was a major turning point for us at the time. because like the plan was really to make a game that is small for like a casual mobile game, and drop it in the Google Play market, and like go. And we were even like we already uploaded a version of that, and we were sending it to friends, and it was like just testing it to see before we put more levels and put the game out. But the response we started getting from the fans at the time, people like just passing by their like sitting down and playing the game, and we get people like they come back, they call their friends, and they're like very excited. And especially Alex put some Tagalog in there, and that got them even more excited. And they see the Tikbalang in there. They see, I think we had a copper at the time or not, Alex, or it was just a Tikbalang. Alex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions with that?
Yeah.
BJ?
I'm asking you if the prototype of Goodnight had any other than the Tikbalang for a boss.
And now it's just Tikbalang, and he was
Just Tikbalang,
sitting
right?
there, right?
Yeah.
The funny bit is that that wasn't the idea, right, Zaid?
Yeah. It just
But it naturally went there. And Tagalog words, if you guys actually seen the original one, the charm of Goodnight has been there since day one. We just need to fertilize and extract it.
yeah.
For example, Zaid wouldn't forget the I am hungry incident.
Yeah, that is very important.
It's like,
Yeah.
gutom ako. There's this pattern say that said, gutom ako. Because when I was making the games, like one day before, we're at Manila, one day before Manila, and the game's not yet finished.
Yeah, he was
I'm
like
infamous
coding.
at this. I'm infamous at this.
Yeah, and
It's like
he
I'm
was.
always one day before when I'm still rushing and stuff. And I made this pattern gutom ako. And it was the hardest pattern ever. I can actually point out where on the current version of Goodnight when you see it. If there is a pattern that really where we saw
What stage?
where Tatikbalang.
I'm betting on the Tikbalang. Yeah, there you go. I'm betting on the
So
Tikbalang.
basically it's the one with the 8 bullets that go poof 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 poof. It
It's
goes
a
like
pattern. It's a circular
asterisk,
pattern. Is it?
asterisk, yeah. So that was the I am hungry pattern.
It was like a roller coaster,
It's like-
like,
it's like-
when you're passing
Actually,
by those.
me and BJ played remote,
Yeah.
and I think we died pretty much every time there.
Is this
Tama ba,
recent? This,
BJ? No, tama ba?
is this
Yeah.
recently? When
Yeah,
was this?
so we had a remote play like last week. I just wanted to test it out, and I think this was also when Kagawad was streaming.
Was streaming, yeah.
Okay.
exactly.
So I hoping the patch was there already when I nerfed the
Right.
I think so. I think
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yes!
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure because when I played solo, I died pretty much at the same spot, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
sure
yeah.
if the patch was there, but it was pretty damn hard, man. Alex,
Yeah.
you know,
I actually
all I
have
can
a
say.
question.
Guys, please
Yeah.
bump. Oh wait, only I wanted.
I actually have a question. Like with you guys, going through the process of making this game, was there like any pressure or any hurdles like along the way? Like let's say before you release the game, right? Like what would be the reception of the fans? Like how will you guys handle it, like in case it happens? I mean, most people love the game, but like let's say like the response was negative, like how will you guys handle it, like from there?
I will improve upon it. Like you guys already saw that whenever there's a feedback, we'll improve
Mhm.
upon it. It's like
Right,
there was some
right.
I didn't release the patch right now because there was we have the podcast, but there was somebody who said yesterday that there's no save point on the game. It's like they wanna stop playing and come back. Well, that's not on already the game design because
Ooh.
you have you don't have the game was supposed to be finished in one go. We didn't expect that people would stop in between.
Yeah.
And it's like when you think about it, that's really against the game design, right? But I'm the type it's like I'm the type, nah, screw Alex. What I care about is the fans. So
No, and actually, that's actually a good point because I didn't really need to. I didn't feel the need to save. Because I felt that the game was played as a one-time thing that you go through.
Yeah.
Then when you're done, if you didn't finish it, then you had to go back to the beginning. I think that's the beauty of the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, and I've been telling people that when you play the game, it feels like you're playing an old school game, like in just one go.
Yeah.
It's like where you sit down, play one game, one go, like that's it.
Chapter 1 is Contra.
You get a
Chapter 2
password.
is Contra 2.
All of those
Something like that.
Right. And I just want to add that that's the beauty of the game because, like what Almond and Chino said, when you play it, you go as far as you can in one sitting, and then when you're done, that's your record. And then you come back and you try to beat your own score. That's the whole idea. So from this side of the house, this side of the fence, don't add the save. I'm sorry, but we don't add the save, man. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
What I'm saying is
going back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, the
So I was
option
saying
is
that
gonna be there,
it's so impossible to code that as well.
Mm.
And so impossible to code that because that's not intentional. That's not how retro games work. And so I was like, well, I'm always like that. I always rant, then I'll do it. So after 30 minutes, I put it in the game.
It's like
It's beyond the game now.
It's like when players complain about Bloodborne and Dark Souls being very hard and not having an easy mode, right? It's like that. It's like that. The game is meant to be played as hard as it is.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna put, well, this is just a personal opinion. If you're gonna put a save option for it, it loses that beauty of having to try it again and again until you master that pattern, until you master that.
Yes.
Fuck the team. Fuck the tikbalang, man. I'm gonna master it someday. Fuck the tikbalang.
But to be honest, man, I'm the type that caters to everybody. It's like if you're not gonna use it, you don't have to use it. Besides, if you're gonna use it, the score wouldn't be valid anyway. And I'm pretty sure those who are not
that's good. Yeah, sure. Save.
the people who's not going for the score, they're not into this anyway. So what they want.
Well, it's fair then. Yeah, it's a fair game then. Yeah, it's a fair game.
I
You
really
use the
listen to
save.
it.
If you want to be a pussy, then you can just save. That's it. If you want to go pussy up, then save.
This is also the reason why there's slow motion. People are ranting that there's 2 buttons on the game, but that 2 button ain't for you if you're not gonna use it anyway.
Remember when Kagawad was streaming and we were talking about that slow motion button and the comment, right? If you want to pussy up, you can use a slow motion. You can use the save option. It's all up to you.
And honestly, I also place it because there are Minecraft players, there's moms who are playing the game. There's streamers who are playing the game, and what if accidentally they break their streams? Well, there's an autosave feature now. I'll show you guys. Is it working? There you go. Directly to the center.
Okay, and then it breaks. But you heard that here, exclusive on the G3 podcast.
Exclusive for
There you
just
go.
a few days
Exclusive.
because I always patch the game.
Leak patch.
I always patch the
Alex,
game.
we don't sugarcoat here, right?
Yeah.
So exclusively here on the G podcast, there is a pussy mode. That's it.
No, actually, me and Alex were talking the other day, and he told me all the exclusives that are coming for this game.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for it. That's why
You didn't even think to share it with us.
no, because I was gonna review the game, right? And then Alex told me about that patch that is upcoming, and I was like, oh wait, what's that? Okay, I'm gonna stop reviewing right now, and then I'll wait for the patch and then continue my review.
You know
Because
how
that's a
fast
game-changing patch. Yeah.
you know how fast the patch fast I patch. The after we called, I released the patch.
So
Oh,
wait,
So
wait,
so
wait.
the rhythm
Wait,
mechanic
for real.
is
Hold
there.
on.
Fucking that's
Hold
how
on.
fast.
So
Wala
if
nang
you're
Hold
tulugan,
on.
Alex eh. Wala nang
What
tulugan
is
eh.
ano yung patch? What's the patch? Tell me what's the patch?
when you
Oh,
tap
that-
with the rhythm of the beat of the game,
Oh
you get
shit, Dave,
bonus
you
points.
brought back the rhythm thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, come on,
So
man.
yeah,
So
let's
it has
we'll
an
fire up Steam
expression
right
on
now.
So
it
this
makes
is Ramon. This is Ramon we're
Yeah.
talking about. The rhythm. It's
yeah.
Ramon all over again.
Kinda, yeah. In the beats.
You know
I
what I
gave-
do know is that Captain Mike has a question for Ramon. So yeah, you go ahead. Ask him the question.
So,
Huh?
yung question ko for Ramon in specific, making music for games is a heavy task in itself, no? I'm curious to know what's your thought process on this. Kasi yung iba, like musicians, no, some would make yung rhythm muna and then lyrics after, then some would do the other way around. But in games kasi, would you look at the game muna and put in music, or you just create the music and then you let the developers follow? I'm curious about the thought process, ano, kasi I'm sure with Almond also being a musician, I'm curious about your thought process on this.
All right, so well, particularly to Good Night, it's really look at the game first before you make the music, because you want to make sure that the music really matches the mood and the tone and the visuals of the game. It's not it's hard to isolate it, to separate it. There's a chance it might not match, and when the players are playing the game and hearing the music, they're gonna feel this music was meant for a first person shooter or something like that. You have to make sure that there's a match between the games, the gameplay itself and the music. Thought process on making the music for the game. That said, Alex was actually directing me for like half of the soundtrack, and he wanted to emphasize a certain jumpiness. There has to be an emphasis on beats, and of course, the music has to be because of the tone of Good Night. Of course, this is a Spanish night. It's all hell. It's all dark. The music has to be dark too. I'm kind of used to making really happy music. So it wasn't.
This guy is a major scale guy. He's a major scale guy. We were talking about it the other day. Like, you know, there's two types of like musicians, right? So there's your minor guy who's into like the darkness and shit, and then there's your happy guy, the major scale guy. Yeah, all about like the happiness.
Basically, Ramon is not used to the death music. And then,
No.
Alex
No,
comes
no,
in
he
and
used to
patch
the
things
death
up,
music.
you know?
Oh.
He's Ramon is a very big doom guy, man.
Yeah, dude. We were talking about it the other day, like the stuff that he shared to me and the stuff that I shared to him. Like we're most likely like have a common interest with music. Yeah, like we almost agreed to like everything.
Yeah, you know, to this day, I think before the patch of Alex, I was actually trying to play it with the music. I was trying to see the rhythm. I was trying to see the rhythm behind it. And fuck, man, the tikbalang, it just gets me lost, you know. There's a point that when you're fighting the tikbalang, when there's a circular motion. Remember we were talking about the circular motion? When you had a lot of bullets and you're going to have to go through all this way like that. I'm sure BJ remembers this. We've been trying to play it rhythmatically. We can't really do it. No, it's really hard. It's really hard.
Is someone playing on the background? Is someone playing Good Night on the background?
BJ's
No.
playing on the background.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Doing BJ.
It's here.
No, it's VJ.
BJ's playing on the background.
I think
the
I
rhythm
think I
is
know
in
why.
the game.
See,
I just
You're trying out
Man,
the
He's
rhythm.
testing
You
it.
checked it right now. Wow.
Oh, see, you know, he's
Almond, you're so
impatient like that.
noisy.
He's impatient like that.
Almond, what the hell, man?
Fucking, you're impatient. Right. So now after this
Fine.
podcast, we all have to play it, right? Because we have to experience the new patch. That's
Well,
it.
same here. I'm
That's it.
watching Good Night streamers and supporting them right now.
Yeah.
Uh,
No,
yeah.
no.
Oh, sorry. Also, in the comments of our G, Isa Villamar was saying that the rhythm mechanic is back, baby. That's what she was trying to, I'm sure a lot of people are excited with that mechanic.
Yeah. I was questioning to releasing that mechanic. That's why I removed it last. Actually, I not only I showed the guys like, oh, do you want me to put back the rhythm mechanic? It's like just press backspace. Then yeah, there's back. That's the reason is because I was worried if the rhythm actually might confuse the players because there's so many stuff happening already and I
How
just one
could it
mechanic.
confuse the players when Ramon uses this to outplay everybody?
Yeah,
We need
that's what's
something.
up.
You know,
So when I was watching, because I watch almost every streamer, it's like when I saw it, okay, I think it still works. I need Good Night is all about confidence on the players.
right,
So
right.
Right.
Not
so when I put it there's like everybody's just oh shoot, they didn't even know the rhythm mechanic is back and they're still doing it.
You know, it will really help when people play solo. But
Mhm.
when you're in co-op, like what we did with what with BJ and me did, it all hell breaks loose. Damn it. You won't even you don't even realize that there's a rhythm
Yeah.
mechanic behind it. Not you won't see anything. You won't recognize anything. Just have to avoid everything. That's it.
So,
That's
so
all that's all it
Bro,
is.
Kagawad was streaming and he was having a difficult time getting past the fucking tikbalang. He was so
I'm
happy
so happy.
he reached chapter 2. I
Oh,
was
I was
nothing.
playing.
Play it with somebody else, you pussy.
Oh,
no, bro. I was gonna
when
say, I, I was gonna say like the old school experience for multiplayer is like where when the other player sucks, like everything goes down. Like that's the old
Oh
school feel
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
multiplayer
yeah,
games.
that's
Yeah.
That's
that's the
true.
new style here.
When Kagawad was actually streaming it, I was playing it in the background. I was commenting while I was playing it, and then BJ asked me to do remote while the stream was going on. And fuck, man, it was harder. It was harder than going
Yeah.
solo.
so,
That's it.
Good job,
Imagine if you
Alex.
have four people. Imagine if you have four people on the same screen and dodging bullets and shit.
we actually did 4 people in my stream. It was Alex,
Yeah.
Ramon,
I
my
was
But
so
this
brother,
is without the
angry.
rhythm mechanics. This is
but
without the
this
rhythm
was
mechanics.
not with the rhythm mechanic. Not yet. So
Okay.
one thing that resonated between us playing it and Kagawad was that how unique this game was. It was just there's no other game that I could closely related to. Probably siguro,
Yeah.
the old shoot 'em ups of the past, like
To-
Gradius, 1942, and stuff like that. That's the closest thing. But
to be-
in the Philippines, most of the games that are being developed in the Philippines are number one, they're character based. Okay, if you guys do your research, they're character based. There's always a story. It's an adventure game. It's competitive, and that's all exactly the opposite of what Good Night was. The character, yeah, there's character. There's one character, but there really isn't a lot of focus on the character. So much so than it's gameplay.
Mm.
It's not an adventure. It's almost a repeating, droning hellhole you have to go through. It's not that competitive because you need to work together to stay alive, and it's co-op. So it almost went against everything that has been developed in the Philippines so far. What gave you that idea?
Oh, wait for the online mode if people are thinking it's co-op.
Okay. Okay, hold on. I have this, judging by what Alex is throwing in his comments, when he saw Chino getting tilted with his co-op with BJ, I feel that Alex has this ulterior motive of ruining friendships in the process, no?
Is this
No,
gonna be
no,
the new Uno? Is this gonna be the new Uno? Because goddamn it,
Hindi.
if it's
no,
gonna be a
no.
new,
It bonds people for sure. That's what because
oh yeah,
there's a reason why I'm a huge fan of co-op games. I'm a huge fan. We play a lot of board games and stuff. Revenice knows that I love the FGC and stuff. Wait, that's competitive. But one thing about
Contra,
co-op
man.
games is that I think one thing about Good Night is that I want you to bond with somebody, and because I'm pretty sure even if you're losing BJ and Chino, you guys were cheering the heck out of each other.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so that's the
definitely.
point
Yeah,
of Good Night.
yeah. We were.
Especially when I died and
Yeah,
BJ was
yeah,
the one playing,
yeah.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I
He
have to
was
be
cheering
revived.
me. He was cheering me to the tune of "You better stay alive, you son of a bitch, because we won't get past." And that's the cheer that
Very
I got from
encouraging.
Hey,
Chino.
that's motivation, right? That's motivation.
I was motivated. I
Oh,
went.
Yeah,
I passed
yeah,
it,
That's
and
it.
I
That's it.
carried this,
yeah,
and I carried the pussy through the stage. That's
yeah,
what happened.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank
shit.
you. Thank you.
Did you just call me a pussy?
I couldn't tell who's who I but there's we have a journalist and he was playing with his girlfriend. It's like, man, we
Is
were
that
so
Michael?
sweaty afterwards.
Did they break up? Did they break up
No,
afterwards?
no,
Better
no, no.
not
They
Did
were
they
be.
so
break up?
happy. They were so happy, and they were saying that,
Oh, happy.
Dude, it
um,
has the same effect as a couple watching horror
yeah,
movies during Valentine's Day.
yeah, yeah.
Is that the fear kind of like drives them together to like hug and stuff.
There-
But yeah, we're
Yeah,
just
There's
I wouldn't want me and my wife to play this.
No,
no.
no,
You
Because
no.
should. You should.
I
You
don't
definitely,
want
should. You
the,
should. You should.
definitely her head, her temper will just flare up. Definitely.
also
I
I don't
am
Dude,
want
sure of that.
dude,
same
my mom played this game. My mom played this
dude.
game.
How'd
Yeah,
you take it? How'd you take
she
it?
loves it. She loves it. You know what? What's the first thing that happened?
what?
The first time she died, the first thing that appeared, the text, tatay mo kalbo.
And I'm
She
guessing,
was mind
I'm
blown.
guessing it kind of accurate.
Yeah, yeah. It's, that game over is a mind reader for sure.
Uh,
You keep getting
Did she
surprised.
say, did she say, oo nga no, gumanon ba
Yeah.
yung mama mo?
yeah, you're
Oh, tama
right.
yun ah.
So
But
I
yeah,
mean, I want to
that's
know.
a misconception. Good Night is not actually about the rage, but
Oh
it's about
really?
the satisfaction.
That's not what
Oh
the
yeah.
other people were
I,
saying.
So what does that mean? We have to be
it's about
satisfied with
you.
100 deaths? Is
Yeah,
that
It's
it?
about
yeah,
your.
but
It's
but
about your
there's
satisfaction,
no
Alex.
there's
Nobody
no
else.
feeling of accomplishment if you finish it without the hardship, right?
Oh
Yeah, yeah.
man.
Yeah,
It's
That's it.
life. Basically it's
And that's
life.
yeah, it's
You
life. It's
created
life.
life, man.
Yeah.
You
That's
yeah,
why
said
Good Night gives so
uh,
much emotions. Like
mm,
the reason why I got angry when BJ, Zayed and Ramon and who was it as well? Mike, I think Mike was the one who played it and they pummeled the multiplayer because there was a bug. I was so sad because
Oh yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So
it was
we
way too
were
easy.
winning.
Yeah, you
We
were
were
winning
yeah.
winning.
and I kept hearing on the background, "Hey, take that, Alex, take that." Oh, it's like they're killing my babies. Like,
yeah,
Sorry. Yeah, Almond, go ahead.
yeah.
You were gonna ask something.
No, I have said it on the stream that when you play this game, like this is the type of game that once you're done with the game, like you can flex it with your friends, and you'll feel good about it, because this game is fucking hard, man. Like, because I told Alex this before. You finish The Last of Us. Who fucking cares if you finish The Last of Us? Like, you can't flex that shit. Everyone can finish that game. But this
I
one,
played
you
the guitar
finish.
mode.
Yeah, you finish this. You finish this game, and you can flex it with your friends, and like they look up to you. And
Right, right, right.
it has that satisfaction feel of an old school game. When you finish it, you'll feel good about it. It's not
Right.
like it's not like those games that once you finish it, like, okay, that's it, move on to another game. But this one, you'll feel good about it. Like, you'll remember like the fucking journey that you went through hell, and probably a PTSD later. Yeah. So
I can add something to that. When Chino said that, it's like when he mentioned Dark Souls. I know that it's an overused expression, but this is the truth. Okay, is that Dark Souls wouldn't have been Dark Souls if it was not difficult. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
Yes.
you get your ass kicked so bad. Like I still remember that moment. I know that many people don't like Dark Souls 2, but I like it, so deal with it. Dark Souls 2, when there is this, I forgot the name of the boss, but there is like in the tower, there is this guy who's like super difficult in the DLC, and he kicked my ass so hard that I was feeling hopeless for a month. A month, okay? I'm dying and dying, and I used all of my humanity. I got nothing, like no effigies, no health, and I'm like, I got nothing to do. So I ended up doing this run where I'm completely naked with a crossbow, completely upgraded
That's hot.
crossbow, and I'm like, I'm running away, shooting those arrows. And after a month, I took that battle, and it's like it took like solid half hour. I was sweating, my hands were hurting, and I was fatigued. And then I finally killed him, and I just screamed as loud as I can that my neighbor were terrified, and they knocked the door at me. And it's like, "Is everything okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I was just playing a video game." And I think this is what good night feels like for players if they're gonna start chasing the high score.
Yeah.
Because that's personally how I feel when I'm playing that game, and I'm like,
Right. Right.
when I'm playing just to pass the levels to do the testing. Alex have seen me, like I have a completely shoveled face. There is nothing, no expression, nothing. I'm just like testing. But when I'm chasing the high score, when you look at the streams, like my face is going up, my expressions up and down, up and down. And there's this feeling of excitement of finishing the game within a certain time and finishing with a certain score, and you break a record, and you get that feeling. So this is what good night is about the challenge and how you overcome it, and you start mastering it. And just like Dark Souls, you go with a naked run with a knife. So that's what you start basically doing later on.
Right. Because Dark Souls is actually it's the satisfaction that you get. That's why people play it.
Right.
You if you go through a blind playthrough, you should expect to at least die at 10 times, even before the boss, right? Even before the boss, then you get that satisfaction when you died like a 50 times, and then you suddenly you were able to defeat the boss, and that satisfaction that you feel.
Yeah.
I think that's what Good Night gave to me when I was trying to beat the Tikbalang for so long.
True.
And I think that this is really what Get Good is about, right? It's not really about mastering everything. It's really about feeling that satisfaction, and after everything that you go through, you've mastered the action, you've mastered the rhythm, you've mastered the pattern, and then suddenly you never realize it. You beat the boss, even on a naked run.
Right.
That's the exact satisfaction.
I actually have a similar story like Zayd. So when I first fire up the Bloodborne, right? So I was making my character. And they said that it's so they said that it's easier than Dark Souls, and some says that it's hard, So so I fire it up, make my own character, and what I had in mind at that time was Castlevania. So I tried making it look like Alucard at that time. So after I made the character, fucking all right, let's go. Like fucking Vampire Killer was playing in my head at that time. Like, all right, here we go. First enemy I face, fucking rat, I died. After all that hype, I died on the first enemy.
Well, Bloodborne is a different beast on its own. Like you're gonna get a mid boss at the first stage, and then when you go through everything and you meet that Gascon guy, everything that you learned from the beginning shattered.
Right.
Yeah. Well, the feeling that I have with Bloodborne was, I want to beat this fucking game because it's insulting me so much that, like it feels good. Like after beating a boss, like it feels fucking good that you beat that son of a bitch, man.
And good night is asking you legit hard.
We'll ask the rat. We'll ask the rat, the first rat. Now,
That's the mid boss. That's the mid boss there, the rat.
Okay, let me veer the conversation a little bit towards outside of the game, because we know the game's unique. We know that the game is a get good kind of game, and it's a very satisfyingly difficult game. That's what Good Night was. But I'm really interested in finding out, really, and I guess the guys will also agree with me. I'm also interested in how because the game is so difficult. We have to imagine that getting this done had to go through some difficulties also. You know, your path to developing the game, your path to putting it to Steam. You know, what were those hardships that you had to go through as a developer, as a team of 3 plus 3? You know, what are the difficulties that you've gone through? What hardships were there? Also, enemies along your way that almost got you to a point of giving up? Because I know everybody goes through that phase. I want to start off this time with Ramon, because Ramon, your music is the first thing people will notice. Is that soft then it all goes right down the shitter, like and then you know it's so memorable. That what were your difficulties, what were your challenges, and what were the obstacles that you had to go through, along with Alex and Zayed, of course, when you guys were making the game, Ramon.
Okay. Well, first off, I think it's good you chose me first because I feel like I had the least difficulties. After all, I'm the music guy, so my task was really just focus on the music. And the most difficult thing I suppose I had was trying to adjust to Alex's vision. Yeah, he's there over there. He's pointing at himself.
Alex is hell here. Alex is definitely the tikbalang here.
No, Alex is the guy at the bottom circle of hell. Dante created hell because of Alex.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
But I really have to make it clear. Sure, I had to make some adjustments to my music to fit the vision of Good Night, the art style, and everything. But it also taught me a lot of things. Like I mentioned before, making jumpy, beaty music or dark music. Those are things that I learned because of the Good Night soundtrack. If not for that kind of the kind of feedback and the kind of vision that I was given by Alex and actually the whole team, they got to contribute bits and pieces to the soundtrack as well. If not for that, the soundtrack wouldn't be the way it is now. So that's my hardship. But I swear it's not so much a hardship and more of like a blessing that I was able to learn so much. That's from
not
me.
from Doom, and not from Doom.
rip and tear, man.
You learned a lot of things from Good Night, and not from Doom.
all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
This time let's go to Zayed. Zayed, your artwork is phenomenal.
Wait,
I just have to say.
wait. I just wanted to talk about Ramon and I's background.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
I think
Tell us how you're.
It's
Tell
a
us how
big
you
part
hurt
of
him.
the development of the music.
Okay, go ahead.
Wait lang. What you call this? Ramon and I actually met on a message board. Could you talk about that, Ramon?
Okay, so yeah.
So it started out as LDR. Oh my god.
No.
Oh, you made it through. Oh.
Nothing like that. My girlfriend.
He swiped left. He swiped left. He swiped left.
All right, so it's quite clear that both me and Alex were both geeks, and actually one commonality that Alex and I share is we're really into niche stuff. So stuff that's really far off from the mainstream. We met on a message board and we shared that interest in that niche stuff. And what I'm talking about actually is Nintendo DS. You know, of course, everyone knows what the Nintendo DS is and then all of its popular games. But there was a lot going on in the homebrew scene of Nintendo DS. When I say homebrew, I refer to people who hack the DS, make their own programs and games and software for the DS. And it made a simple Nintendo DS to do so many things. It's like, wow, this is a Nintendo DS, but suddenly you can play Sega Genesis games. Stuff like that. That stuff was possible, and that intrigued me and Alex. That was the message board where we met, we shared interest, and actually we met there and we became friends on Facebook. And well, we had some interactions, but
Yeah.
my involvement in Goodnight didn't take place until almost 10 years later.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Wow. That was
It's
a
fate
long
then. It's fate.
Um,
fate.
and the thing
Fate.
about
Dude,
that,
dude,
because of
dude,
our
like-
passion,
Right,
um,
right.
me and Ramon actually, we never cross paths, but we're always been there. Um, what you call this? Me and Ramon, um, can I say, Ramon, what's one of our goals here on making good night? That's my pitch to Ramon before asking
Okay,
him
go
to
go ahead. Go
join
ahead. Go
good
ahead.
night. My pitch was actually telling him I want to show the world how awesome he is. And
Oh,
yeah,
oh
it's
my
not, it's
God.
not, it's not a lie.
Oh my
I
God.
want
you,
to
BJ.
tell. I want.
Yeah,
I,
even he said that in the chat recently.
I want to tell. I want to prove to everybody that BGM music is better if it's BGM music rather than score.
Oh no, that's
Triple
true.
Triple A is not. I would still prefer. I want to prove to everybody that's better the classic BGM stuff.
That's true because of course
There are a lot of stuff regarding on this game. For example, in a job on the game, another job on the music, that proves that it actually tries to satirize AAA music. Have you guys noticed on the first part of the game, the tutorial, there's no music,
Hmm.
just
Yeah.
AAA
yeah.
ambience, the wind, stuff
Triple
like
A
that.
ambience.
And it's like
Yeah.
there's no Ramon. That I downloaded that. I got that from a royalty site. It's like, oh, okay, wind. This is AAA. So the moment, and then with that, I actually with that I actually added so much anticipation on Ramon's side. That's the point. It's like, so when it starts and okay, you're ready. Then bam, everybody hears the piano. Everybody says, "God damn, that music is so awesome."
Mm.
That's
And I,
that's how I showed. It's like
That's
this
true. That's
this
true.
game is actually our love letter as well to video game music. There's
Kagawad here is our
Mhm.
our resident musician, right? But I think all of us agree that the music behind the games is actually at least 40 to 50% of how you'll feel when you play that game. When you play a game without any music, it won't feel as exciting as it is. But
Yeah.
when
Mm-hmm.
you put in that music, like let's take for example Good Night, right? You mentioned the tutorial, so you're learning the game, you're trying to learn the patterns and everything. Then the music comes in, then all hell breaks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then you feel Ramon saying "fuck you, fuck you."
no, no,
Yeah.
no.
You know
Actually,
what?
Alex.
no. It wasn't Ramon who said "fuck you."
It's Alex.
I
It was
told
Alex.
Ramon to tell you to fuck you. remember, remember, Ramon?
you told Ramon to do what
Yeah, it's like
exactly?
there's actually so much deliberate stuff on Good Night. I'm pretty sure Ramon would feel nostalgic about some of the stuff that I asked him to add on the game. It's like, man, you know what would be cool here? Piano. And we need the intros
Yeah,
to have pianos.
yeah. See, Alex is hell. Alex is definitely
Yeah.
hell. Alex
Yeah.
is hell personified, definitely, man.
Right.
Yeah, music is actually a big part of the game. Like,
Yeah.
70%. For me, I wouldn't play a game like even though the gameplay is good, but the music is
Becoming-
bad. Like,
yeah,
I'd
yeah, I
stop
agree, I
playing
agree.
it.
It gets
Yeah,
so
like
boring.
for me, yeah, because for example, GTA, I can't fucking play GTA without the music.
The
Yeah.
That's
radio
why
is
I don't.
awesome.
Yeah, that's why I can't stream it. Like as much as I want to stream it, like I can't stream it because like I don't like to turn off the music. Like
Copyright.
because like you're cruising through fucking LA and then you don't have a music, bro. That's not LA.
Oh yeah.
Like you have to have the music.
True. Now, okay. So the music guy pretty much had his hell and challenges from the dev guys.
Ah,
Cool,
oh,
understandable.
Wait. I also because I am not sure if I can talk more about this because I just wanna poke Ramon with nostalgia. It's like
Okay.
What?
um on the song. Actually, you guys already noticed that um it's a love letter for me and Ramon with the music. Um we're so close with the music. Kagawad just said that he doesn't like listening to playing games without the music. And I actually show whenever me and Ramon chat every day, I send some really obscure music, VGM music, like only have one views on the internet, one or five views, and I tell, listen to this, man, it's so amazing. I never played the game. I just it's like, oh man, I found this um
I,
game,
I just want to
Japanese
add to
only
that.
game.
I
Yeah.
want to add to that. He really does send a lot of obscure shit, just so you know. But sometimes some of the stuff is like right under your nose.
Yeah, yeah,
One of the more notable things he sent me. Well, this isn't actually directly GK related, but just appreciation of good video game music. One of the things he sent me came from Plants vs Zombies.
Oh yeah.
Tong, tong, tong.
That
Which
music
which
slaps,
which
man.
Is that the intro music?
one?
The whole soundtrack, man. You gotta
Soundtrack.
listen to it like without the game.
Even my kid, like, he hums that.
There's a zombie on
Yeah.
the
And
lawn.
the bass is
Yeah.
it's so deep, man. It's so good. Um, and and me and Ramon really loves music so much, and retro music in general. I actually tell him that compose the music within just 2 minutes. Like, I mean, the song is just 2 minutes. You need to fit it there, like, because most retro games are around 1 to 2 minutes. And I'm pretty surprised that one
And it
hour
looped.
they're playing chapter one for 1 hour and then keep saying, "Oh, their music is so good."
No
And
pressure.
Yeah.
This is no pressure
yeah,
coming from the
Absolutely.
developer.
no, actually, the 2 minutes thing makes it easier for him. So
Mm.
it lessens the
That
the
lessens the
strain.
work and keeps it on
Yeah,
loop.
yeah. And I even tell him, Ramon and I have this connection on music so much. It's pretty insane. That like most editor and musicians actually talk with mics. It's like, oh, you need this rhythm, right? Me and Ramon just chats about it. No man, it needs to have the boom tis boom tis. And it's like he reads it.
What?
Oh yeah, I totally get it. Just chat.
It
Just
just
chat. That's it.
what he means to say is we're sharing some music and then he says, oh, we should make something with the little tin and I'm like, you mean the tin. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay,
I
thanks.
understand it
exactly.
100%.
And we know what exact song we're talking about. Maybe that's a bit too Castlevania-ish. It's like
Hey.
and we got these really weird terms like sprinkles and stuff. It's like
Nice.
it's our love letter. It's our man. The music was everything is so fun. Okay, you can
I
go.
remember. Yeah, I remember putting a status like that on my page. I think this was last month. I put yeah, yeah, and then I told him, all right, guess what music is this? And then I think Joshua said it's from Star Wars. I'm like, nope, it's Sonic, bro.
I actually thought it was from Batman.
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 Right. And we're gonna tell you right now, and just to take it home for music, is that we're gonna tell you right now, whatever it is that you've tried and wanted to pitch for the music, you guys nailed it. You guys nailed
Oh,
it on the
definitely,
head.
yeah.
You guys did it well. Now,
Thank you.
Not for Ramon.
now, yes, Ramon,
Heart
yeah, Ramon.
reacts. Heart
Not a
reacts.
Now,
pitch.
another thing that struck us the most is the artwork. And I shit you not, it's a visually stunning game. As hellacious as it is, right? And as brutal as the tikbalang and the capres and the and it's just wonderfully drawn. I'm just gonna tell you that. But one of the reasons, let's just share it to everybody. I was roaming around ESGS 2018, and it was about closing time. And the first thing that I noticed was this giant horned skull with flowers around it. Like how that I thought it was a tattoo or something. All right. I mean, I'm just saying, what the hell is a tattoo booth doing in the ESGS? A few steps in, I saw a game called Mama Mo,
It
and I
does.
liked it. And then Alex likes it. It's Mama Mo.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh
and
yeah,
then I
yeah. Raven Nice
Uh,
doesn't know that.
219, 219. Yeah,
it was 2019, and I was looking
Yeah.
around like, where the hell is the game with the
with the skull
skull?
and horns.
And I saw Zayd. I saw he's like sticking out like a sore thumb. He's the only guy that looks
He
like
does
that.
look like a tomb.
I do.
What?
He's a big guy, and I said, okay, I'm gonna man up. If he steps on me, I'm doing this out of love and passion. He's a huge guy. Walks in, hi. You want to tell me about that poster? Oh yeah, that's our game over here. And I swear to God, I was captivated by those things flying around the screen, and I knew for that moment, I swear to God, this thing is going to look beautiful when it gets finished. Dude, before I ask you anything else, I just tell you, I love the artwork, man. I love the
Thank
artwork.
you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
me too. Fucking metal, man. Yeah, because let me tell you this, like I'm a big fan of like old school metal artworks, like heavy metal artworks. Like Ramon knows what I'm talking about. The fucking Megadeth, the Judas Priest, Motorhead, like those artworks, man. Like it's fucking awesome, man, and it
Right.
gives me the same vibe as the Goodnight artwork, man.
I swear to
It's
God,
just
you could
fucking
have that.
awesome, man.
You
I
could have
have
the
a feeling that
tattoo.
I have a feeling
Huh?
Kagawat is a Spawn fan.
Uh,
Oh yeah, he likes Spawn.
Yeah, Todd McFarlane is, as in his blood.
Right. I can tell you, you can have the tattoo of the horned skull on your right arm, and if you wiggle a certain way, it would look like he's wiping his own asshole. It's so good that you could do it, like he could move and flap his wings. But Zayd, dude, tell us about the artwork, man.
Yes.
And here's just to give it a little bit of context. Were you guys not challenged with the other games that are being released at the time? Because yours is visually different from a lot. All right, a lot of things. It's not proportioned, it's vibrant, it's pure red, black, and then pink, and then white. It's flashy. And all the other games that are being developed at the time also may have the same color scheme, but your rendition is just very different. So tell us about the artwork. What inspired you to draw it that way? And how did you feel comparing it to the artwork of the other locally developed games that are on display at the time?
well, I didn't think about it that much, to be honest. Like when I'm looking at other game developers, I'm not into a kind of mode where, oh, I want to do better or I want to challenge. I see them as like they're my friends. They're our buddies. They're making their games. Like, good for them. This looks cool. This looks awesome. So I was not worried about that aspect when it comes to making the art. I was just more worried during the prototype phase. I was trying to create artwork as fast as possible. Okay, so it had the prototype had a very cartoonish looking graphics, and it was very different. But after the game jam in 2019 with VR Philippines, we got some help, and that's the time that we started like looking into more different approach. Alex wanted something more than the things that I was doing at the time. So I'm like, okay, I already have a certain workflow to do certain things. So I'm like, okay, I know this one is kind of like a time consuming process to make that kind of artwork, but I'm gonna give it a shot and see where it goes, and if this is the right direction. So he was telling me that I want flowers, I want this, I want that. Let's make it like a hell is beautiful. So I was just following basically his direction and adding a little bit from my side because I wanted to make Goodnight to make monsters. I like monsters. I like designing monsters. I like designing creepy shit. And even when I was able to get some of my stuff in there, I still think that Goodnight's still not creepy enough for my taste. But yeah, and it's like it was mostly Alex's direction. If you like and he put everything together into the game. Sometimes it's not just about creating the art, but how you present it, and he's the one who did the presentation for that. But yeah, creating the art for the look, uh, it was we wanted to strike that area between like kind of a realistic looking chibi like it's cartoony but looks realistic in a way when it comes to how it the light reacts to things and everything. So that's what was part of the time consumption and constant feedback from Alex and everything, and it was difficult, but yeah, we made it.
Awesome. I just love it. I just love it. I just love the art, man.
I know.
Now,
Speaking of the art, I'm actually wondering when the merchandise will come in. Alam mo naman ako, BJ, you know me, right? I'm the big merchandise guy. So where are all the toys coming in? Where are all the shirts and all the posters coming in?
where are the merchandise
I
coming
wanna
in?
do.
Slash.
Like
Where the hell is the merchandise? I want an art toy here.
You want the chicken.
Okay,
I want a chicken, man. The fried chicken.
Let me explain something at first.
Wait,
When-
I got one here.
BJ mentioned that he was asking about the difficulties, and one of the most difficult things that we have been facing for the past 3 years during the development is Goodnight was the finances. The finances are a nightmare. Okay, we're talking about like we got some support from some people back in 2019, early 2019. And it was smooth sail until we went in a different direction from those guys, and it just didn't work out. And after that, it got even like a lot much more worse because we were like scattering for money. We want to find money, and we were working like with always late on bills. Like you got your expenses and all of these things, and we're trying to juggle between freelance and the work itself, and that was the bit of one of the majority of the difficulty is that the finances, and also COVID did not make things easier. Apart from that, and it's like we are not able to meet and sit down and talk and plan properly. And it was basically just each one of us is in different side of the city, and we cannot meet, and that created a very big hurdle. But yeah, the finances were a freaking nightmare, and still to this day, we released the game. It's still very difficult, and we're still late on bills. So for merchandise, we're still not sure yet until we get money to be able to produce. So
we are a patient team. No, but yeah, I'm sure the finances really hurt, right? And well, we hope really that everything will come into fruition and everything will be put in its proper place. It's just like what BJ said. The artwork is amazing, and I just feel like it's I want to see it. I want to touch it. I want to hold it, and I want to display it right here. I think this is something
I want to put them there.
Exactly, right? So maybe it's something that you can talk about in the future when everything is all settled.
Oh
But
yeah,
definitely, I hope it's also a good it's also good hearing that at least from us
Hold on.
we're waiting for merchandise because
Hold on. Hold on. When Chino was saying like, I want to touch it, I want to hold it, I thought he was gonna say next, I want to have sex in it too.
Oh God!
I want to touch it. I want to hold it.
I want to sex. I want to have sex with it too.
Yes.
That's a different kind
And
of butt clenching.
I'll hold you tight. Hashtag butt clenching.
Oh God.
You know, it is close to midnight, so we can talk about that.
I'm gonna take.
It's close to midnight, guys. You know, so it's an after-school special, maybe.
All right, all right. Well, you know, I'm just
Regarding
curious. Just a really
regarding
quick
merch,
follow up. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, go ahead.
I can
Please.
tease you guys a bit. Wait.
Oh,
Oh,
there
okay,
you go.
okay. Here we go.
There you
Here we
go.
What?
See,
There we
see,
go.
come on, Alex.
It'll hurt you though. It'll hurt you.
See,
What?
I'm
You're gonna
gonna
hurt us too.
take
Are you gonna get
my
hurt too?
clothes
Oh
off
man, I
too.
couldn't find it. What you call this? Play.
don't, please
Playthrough.
don't say it's a Funko Pop. Please don't say it's a Funko Pop.
It's not a Funko Pop.
It
does
honestly
not
wouldn't look
fit.
too bad, though, if you think about it.
Wait, wait.
Yeah, but you know,
Do you not want to have a Funko Pop or?
yeah, but I'd rather see the a specific art toy of
Yeah.
you know the
Right,
knight
right,
or,
right, right, right.
Oh, okay, I have to be honest. I want pride, man.
Shout outs to whoever who have the oh it is a phone by the way. So on the YouTube, that is supposed to be a
Oh, damn it,
Yeah.
man.
That model that rotates in the score, that was supposed to be a toy.
Oh, fuck.
All right. So what
Yeah, that
if?
hurt.
What if?
So you know what to do. Support good
Wait,
night.
wait,
Let us
hold
know
on.
just
Hold on. What if we got you to fund the merch? Is
There
that
you go.
something that you're willing to work with? That
Are
you're
you open to that?
we love working with the community. That's all what
Yeah.
we like to say.
I
I'm gonna take
say,
my
yeah.
clothes
I
off
mean,
too.
Good
We
night
like
is
working with the
good night is
community,
not
but
good night without the community.
yeah,
That's
I
not
was like, good
that's
night wouldn't have been here
Hmm?
if it wasn't for the community and
I there's a
Alex's
reason.
interaction. Yeah,
Yeah. There's a reason why there's a reason why there's stick balang. There's a reason why there's rhythm mechanics. There's a reason why there's game over screens on top of
And
game
Man,
you
over
know,
screens.
we
Man.
believe that soon there will be merchandise. BJ, let's go.
Yeah, man. Man, I was gonna say yes to everything, but with that tikbalang, you know, just fucking everybody all over. There's a
Oh.
reason for the tikbalang. I don't fucking know what you're talking about, man. Like, I swear to God, I don't have no idea what you're talking about.
You know
there.
that
No,
tikbalang
it's
would
because
actually
the-
be good on my desk.
The community.
Dude,
I-
imagine the tikbalang thing, right? The tikbalang stands there, and it's like a monitor holder. It's just right on top of your monitor, and the fucking capre is gonna be your USB thing. It stands in the middle, it rotates.
Yeah,
Yeah.
small things, you know.
Small things, right?
Small
Small
things.
things, right? Small things.
They're very simple.
We give you money, you give us the toy, bada bing,
Yeah.
bada boom. Everybody's happy.
Yeah,
You know, it's like the commercial. Small things come from small begin. Oh, great things pala yun.
yeah.
Is that
You
my
got-
mole?
You got a
mali.
signed photo of my face.
Hey, I'll
Okay.
take it, man. I'll take it, Alex. I'll take it. Then I'll probably sell it, you know.
I'll barter it with this.
Maybe not a FaceTime, but you know, like the George Costanza nude shot, if you remember that. From the time. When
Don't worry, he's lying
on the
down.
sofa like this.
Oh, my.
Actually, on the
And
back
again,
of,
I will take that. And I'll probably sell it too.
I don't think BJ is a real toy collector.
You don't
Because
think
you know
so?
what I want as a good night toy?
What?
The one with the misprint. I want that. It's like something like it's I want the chicken and it says on the back Avengers, the Hulk. Yeah.
Bro, all you gotta do is go to
Dude,
go to
you
the
know,
palengke.
Pride
Go to the
has a
palengke.
lot
Power
of
Ranger with Batman.
opportunities. Pride has a lot of, you know, possibilities as a merch, right?
You go to
Yeah.
palengke. You go to palengke, and we're gonna include it in the sense of Right Alliance. Okay, it's gonna be there. Shrek,
Imagine-
Power
Oh, wow,
Rangers.
they- Oh,
Imagine an
wow.
amiibo. Imagine an amiibo, but Pride.
Oh,
censored.
shit.
Amiibo for
that
the
Mega
win.
Man?
Right, right.
Oh,
Imagine an amiibo for Pride. That's it.
Was it Zayed who gave me that gift? of the Mega Man amiibo?
No, Mega Man Amiibo. No,
There's
I gave
somebody
you
who gave me. He gave me
Shovel
Shovel
Knight.
Knight. He gave me
Shovel Knight, yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's
by the way,
take it home.
for some
Oh.
collector's edition, on the back of Zayed, there's actually collector's edition posters.
Zayed, actually, I was looking at the posters in the
I've
back.
been staring at that. Can
Oh,
we have a copy?
wait. I was looking at the posters in the back. And I was
Yeah.
actually wondering, you have 2 copies. You don't need an extra one. Right? You don't need an extra
these-
man.
Okay, let me explain. These are terrible prints of the poster.
Hey,
I wouldn't even dare to give this to a fan for even free because they're terrible. Unless I assure quality and they look super nice when they're framed and hang on the wall, that everyone is going to be proud of it. That's the time that it's going to print.
But did it come from you though? Did you make this?
The 3D models, yes, I did make it. But Alex
That's
was
good
the
enough
one who
for me, man.
Dude, that's an equivalent to
Your
an
name
NFT.
on it?
That's an equivalent to an NFT. No one else has it.
Uh,
That's why misprints are
Your
such
name on it,
Make-
your signature.
Alex,
Sign
maybe
it,
we should
no.
make NFTs, huh?
Right,
Oh, why
right.
not? Why not,
Hey,
right? I mean,
You don't need
the
you don't
possibilities
need to
are
sign it.
endless, man.
You don't need to sign it. Do it the good night way. Slash your wrist, make a blood pack, and
Oh,
put your blood
jeez.
there. That's it.
Maybe not your
All right.
wrist, maybe a palm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's all right. Maybe
you
your
laugh.
palm. Yeah.
No, I'll headbutt the wall so hard. When I start bleeding, I'll headbutt the poster. Cannot be more metal than this.
Right.
And again,
right.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
And again, I'll make my clothes off too. Anyway, before we start killing each other, I'm going to be taking this home to Alex. And Alex, I want to ask you this question. Just take us home as we wind down for the evening. There are a lot of games that have been released, and a lot of them are already seeing a lot of success. While Good Night is already on its way to successes. I have
Hopefully.
it is. You just say
is,
it,
man.
It
You
is.
just have to believe in it.
And I want to ask you this question. Apart from Steam, question number one is, apart from Steam, when is it going to be on the Nintendo Switch or any other console? That's the one question. Second question is, and I'd like you to walk me through it. With the games that have been released here in the Philippines that has gotten popularity and notoriety. Okay, we have Bayani, we have Nightfall Escape, we have Law Mage Academy. Which actually Law Mage Academy was released also on Mac, right? I mean, that's the only thing that's released on Mac. And all the way to the legend that is Anito, A Land Enraged. Where
Andito
are
na
we?
sila.
Andito na sila. And where are we going to take Good Night in the future? What can we expect from it? And yeah, man, where else can we see Team Good Night and the game itself? To start off with that one.
What I can say is right now we're focusing on early access and finishing this game. Despite all of the rave reviews, it really feels like it's not early access, but it is early access. I'm still hoping to extend the playtime for like on the story mode for 4 hours, like times 4, like hopefully 4 chapters, 4 difficulties. So all of those 4 difficulties would be so different compared to the ones right now. And so I really want you guys to have the bang for your buck, which is funny because people play this game for 1 hour and like say, "My God, I spent so much. This game is already worth it." But I feel like I still have a lot of patterns on my mind that I want to put out. Start a lot of features for you guys. I was with Mike. It's really
Yeah,
You're really asking for it. That's all I'm saying.
I think Mike's gonna be the next one to stream. So you gotta lay it down for him.
So to be honest, you'll be guys surprised. You guys are playing on the easy difficulty.
What
Are
the
you
fuck?
freaking kidding me? All that tilt, all that rage.
TJ, what
from-
mode? What mode were we playing on?
we were doing the
it
true
says
hell puzzle mode.
True,
yeah,
We
it
it's
did,
says
true
it
hell
says
puzzle mode.
hard, but that's the easy. I didn't want to call the easy difficulty as easy because it's not
we,
easy.
well, in behalf of my team and with all due respect, I once, with due respect, tell you, screw you, Alex.
That's
You know, I
fucking that's
I don't
fucking
want I don't
Devil
want
May
to
Cry
curse, but
3.
yeah, fuck.
The first Devil May Cry 3, the US version, that's what he's trying to do. Like, all right, this is your normal, but for us it's fucking hard.
Right.
Urbanize, you're a retro gamer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What what you call this? The final difficulty you play a Silver Surfer.
Oh,
Yes,
In
that
the
this is
would
gonna
music
be
be
box.
fucking cool.
Silver,
So
Silver
basically,
Surfer.
basically the difficulty is gonna be get fucked.
That's one of the most horrible
That would be
shmups
fucking
ever.
cool.
I'm just kidding. But there's
Bro, when he said Silver Surfer and then the game, like, there's only one Silver Surfer game that I can think of, and dude,
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
That's
You'll
the
see
one.
this a lot. You'll see
That's
this a
the,
lot.
yeah, you see.
one of my favorite moments. Like, oh my god, there's a frog. Then I touched it and I died. But the music of that game, my god.
I
So
was about to
New
mention
Fallen
it has
was
sick
amazing.
music.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing
So,
this Silver Surfer, doing this. Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff upcoming for Good Night. The lore, I need to still write down the lore because I feel like, to be honest, the lore is like every foreigner who plays it says like they wanna read the lore, and I want to tell them all about the lore. It's like there's stuff, interesting stuff I actually wrote, but I need to put it on words. For example, people didn't actually understand. There's so many deep stuff that I would like to expand more. For example, why is the game on spiral? And why are you feel like you're going down and there's memories? Because one concept of the game is that when you die, um your your life flashes through your eyes. So technically, good night is that flash of your whole life.
Right.
So that's one of
He's in
Um,
transition of death. Dante Alighieri. I like that.
Do you also know the meaning of life on Filipino mythology?
Well,
What
it
is
depends
life?
on which mythology. Ilocano,
What is
Bicolano, Visayan.
what is the point of the bamboo on the Filipino mythology?
Oh, the one that's split open? Please tell us all about it.
No, not split open. The one that oh my gosh, sorry, somebody. Our game just crashed on stream.
That's the meaning of life for you, Alex.
Oh,
Your monsters are failing you.
really? Okay. For example, on the bamboo, he was playing through hell. Final chapter, Zayed.
Mm.
It crashed.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's fucked.
basically the bamboo rod on Filipino mythology, life is actually about the void on a bamboo. That's how bamboos what you call this? That's how bamboos get their life from. The actual void on the center. Life is about the emptiness and not about the what makes it. That's one of their it's raging right now because of the crash. So so the bamboo sips the life from the void. So that's why also one of the inspiration on Good Night why it feels like one whole tube on how the spirals are made. I wanted to write that on the lore as well. There's also some lore regarding so very interesting lore that I'm sure some people don't actually understand. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff. Maybe comic book adaptation.
Oh.
Just kidding.
If,
Hey, why not, man?
if ever we're gonna have a comic book adaptation, it's gonna be Brian Undone. That's the one who's gonna illustrate it. That little twerp, that dude.
Have you guys reached out to Comiket?
That's a problem, and if it wasn't for pandemic, I'm pretty sure people right now are Good Night will be more hype right now if it wasn't for pandemic. I were pretty lucky that we got you streamers. Um, we got you guys to make it feel like we have the
ESGS.
ESGS experience right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like all the streamers and everyone jumping in and playing it and constantly like we're watching streams. Geez, man, it's feeling. Even I got the back pain, so it's like I had the full ESGS experience there.
If you didn't know, we're from Baguio,
Hmm.
so during ESGS we actually carry my huge TV
Yeah.
for 6
Oh,
hours
shit.
Yeah.
just to host Good
I was
Night.
I was surprised when I asked them after the interview at that time. Okay, so are you guys gonna pack all of these things? Yeah, we're gonna bring them all the way back up to Baguio. Excuse me, what did you say?
On the
Yeah.
bus.
Yeah, that
We
gives
went
me another
directly
reason to
there.
visit.
You forgot the
And
fact
that's-
that we're coming on the bus.
Right, and
You were
then
on a
and then he
bus.
said
Yeah.
and then he said, wait, you're gonna drive all the way back to Baguio? No, we're gonna commute using the bus. With all of this shit, are you insane?
Yeah. And thank you for Ramon with Ramon and his amazing Tetris skills.
Oh, he's the guy who packed the
We
car. Oh.
I
have
was so-
pictures. We have pictures.
I was so scared when I was gonna dive.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna vanish like one of the Tetris pieces.
Yeah.
No, that gives
No,
me a
because
reason
Ramon-
to visit Baguio.
Yeah, no, Ramon, being a musician, he has experience with, packing all those stuffs
for
like in a
packing.
car, like shit. Like
And for-
speakers, fucking
Oh,
guitar, man. No,
Oh,
guitar is always at the front seat, like guitar will always be at the front seat. But like the big ass speakers, the amplifiers,
Yeah.
like they be at the back and try to fit them all in,
Right.
So
What about leg room? Well, fuck your leg room, man. The speakers and put your leg on top of it.
Actually, I don't have a lot of gear, so I never really filled my car. But I can tell you an absolute guarantee that when I was bringing around the stuff, the Good Night equipment, along with Alex and Zayed, that was the most full my car has ever been.
Right.
There was that much stuff.
Looking for that picture.
Ramon,
Okay.
do
I
you
think.
do you
Okay.
just bring a
DJ.
flute to your concerts?
What?
Word.
It's so funny. Raven is talking about he's so having a hard time packing his instrument and he has just a flute.
Okay, I sent a picture on the chat. Just check out that picture.
Oh, we can flash it on the.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
see
man.
Share that?
This
Can
is
you
no-
share that?
Yeah.
uh,
That's not.
could-
That's all of
put it
the-
on the stream. Put it on the stream.
Yeah.
That
It's
is
all
not comfortable,
events.
man.
All events at Good Night.
No,
all
but that
events, not
makes
just
perfect
one.
sense. That makes perfect sense. Not only are you going to fit the human being and the monitor, you will also protect the monitor using the human being,
Yes, exactly.
and you will shut
exactly.
up the human being using the
Yeah,
monitor
yeah.
because he can't see shit anyway.
Yeah.
So great job, man.
Zayed, you did a great job being a shock absorber.
Yeah. Zayed has a crutch cushion.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're posting
yeah, like-
we're
Yeah,
sharing
post that. Share that. While we are taking this off home. I mean, unfortunately, we would like to talk more to these guys, but before we have to say goodnight to everybody, I just want to say again, congratulations on the launch of the game on early access on Steam. Great job, guys. This is another milestone of the video game development experience here in the Philippines. And this only shows us that there's leaps and bounds more that the Philippine game dev community and industry can still reach in the future. We're still waiting for a lot of games that are going to be coming out. Hopefully it goes to the console soon. Switch is a good platform, I think. PS4 is also out there. PS5 maybe, and a true HD 8K. Wouldn't you like to play this on a big ass TV with speakers on? That'd be awesome, dude.
With our
You-
textures, take that heavy.
You guys,
Yeah.
you guys don't know that there was also VR, right?
There's VR.
Yeah,
How can you
it's
play
so
Good Night
good.
with VR, man?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
you're the character on VR, and then when you
No,
walk
No,
around,
not
shit
like that.
flying
Not,
everywhere.
no pain like
No.
that. No pain like that.
no, no.
Okay.
Basically,
Alright.
the VR, you're looking at the table,
Yeah,
and the game
because
plays exactly like it. But
God
yeah,
you
because
mode,
know,
that
God mode. You're at the top.
yeah,
You're looking down, and you're playing with the game. That's
Oh,
it.
that's cool.
I want to say a couple of things there. How ironic. The irony is lost on these guys. Number one, God mode in hell. Really? Number two, number two. If it's a good thing, thank you for not putting us right in the action because that would be a huge son of a bitch
yeah,
to
yeah.
deal with. We'll
But
actually see the projectiles flashing through.
You
Man.
would have projectile vomit. That's what you have.
Right.
That's
Who said
definitely
we
true.
who said we didn't have that? Just wait
Me
for
and
the
my
crazy patches, man. Just wait for the
me
crazy patches.
me and my big fucking mouth. Anyway, guys,
Um,
again,
so yeah, let me explain that for a bit. So one of the bullets, like on Good Night, it already feels 3D without the 3D. But
hmm,
one of the bullet actually, if the you guys can notice, the bullet is actually going towards the camera.
yeah,
On
yeah.
VR mode, you have to
Mm.
avoid that as well. Your head, also the night. So
Well,
you need,
I have to dodge.
yeah, while making sure you get the actual perspective.
Well, you're not done punishing people. Who hurt you?
Yeah.
Tell me, Alex. Who hurt you? What the fuck, man?
Maybe I
You know,
did.
Why
there's
would we have
something
to do
wrong
that?
with Alex. There's something wrong with him. Definitely.
Who hurt you, man? Tell us. Anyway,
Like, it all
again,
started when I was a kid. Oh, hey, Gerson is
yeah.
pointing at himself. No, not my brother. Not my brother.
But it's been a wild, good night for everybody. So I'd like to get your final thoughts. First, I want to hear it from our guests, Ramon, Zayed, Alex. What are your final comments? You want to invite people? You want to tell people something about the game and how you progressed Philippine gaming development, game development in the Philippines. And of course, I want to hear your final thoughts, Kagawa, Notch, and Captain Mike. Let's start off with Ramon. Ramon, your final thoughts for the evening. Last statement.
Okay, last statement. And keep it simple. Please buy the game out on early access.
Soundtrack.
Yeah.
By-
Yeah, and well, aside from that, of course, the soundtrack is actually already up online. It's on my Bandcamp. My artist name on Bandcamp is Leaf Exceed Music Division without the E in the Exceed. So you just search Leaf Exceed Music Division Goodnight Original Soundtrack. It'll pop up on Google. And yeah, that'll be actually the most direct way to support me. So I'd appreciate if you like the music, you can check that out and the other stuff there. And as for I don't know, looking forward, well, Goodnight Original Soundtrack is really my first full foray into creating video game soundtracks for games. So I'm just looking forward to whatever opportunities will come at me, and I hope that Goodnight will be a very good first impression.
Hire him.
Awesome. Excellent. Zaid, your turn, brother.
I just want to say that for all the fans that supported the game from day one, from 2018 up until now, right now on the Discord, all the VTubers, everyone who has shared, who have talked about it, told their friends, bought the game, or just whatever they did, the smallest little effort that you guys have done for us. Thank you. Mwah, for all of you. We love you. We wouldn't be here today without each and everyone's support. Team Goodnight and Goodnight the game is not just our work, but it's everyone's work. Everyone who got involved, everyone who supported us, talked to us, came in to the booths, who talked to their friends, who came back to beat a high score. All of you, thank you so much. We really appreciate your support. Without you, we wouldn't have been here. So yeah, that's what I want to say.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
And
Alex,
the poster. Zayd, and the poster.
he's not gonna give up on the merch, man.
Don't worry, I'll try to send you one. Promise.
Aw.
You
I love you,
sneaky
man.
bastard.
I love you, man. I'm gonna hug you, so tight with emotion.
You got it.
With emotion. With emotion.
With emotion,
enhan-
of course.
Butt clenching is an emotion.
There's definitely gonna be butt clenching when I hug him.
I'm gonna
Stop.
take my clothes off too. Alex, my brother, what are your final statements for the evening?
First off, I just wanted to add some extra stuff I wanted to ask. I want to say, actually,
Sure.
one of the feelings I wanted to make on Good Night, which I think is a success because even Raven I felt it. I want you to feel like you're playing a high level game, even though you're low level. It feels like you're playing a tournament on grand finals without that feeling. I'm pretty sure my sister, my mom, and those Minecraft YouTubers, they all felt that. So it really put out the competitive feel with everybody. It's like I'm pretty sure Raven Eyes. What do you think? It got that fighting game feel, right? It's like
Oh yeah. Yeah.
because we fighting gamers, we only have this feeling on just a few games. I feel like Good Night got that excellently. And with just one button, the other stuff is, man, why do I have to say this on the end?
You have to.
Zayed,
What?
he brought it up earlier. This is our argument. This is a topic. Good Night is harder than Dark Souls.
We have to quote you on that. DJ, kailangan quote yun.
The thing is
What
that
do you guys think?
the one thing that I agree with Alex on is that
Score mode?
yes, Good Night's high score is Dark Souls level shit.
Yeah, man.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It was like that's the beauty about Good Night. It was like the people who are not looking for the high score, they can enjoy the game no matter what. But the ones who are gonna suffer, all of you are gonna chase the high score, you all of you
Oh,
gonna suffer.
man.
Yeah,
But
I've been looking at the high score when I play, so yeah.
In the Discord, the guys are already playing 8 hours for just chapter 1.
So I know a guy whose name is Ken Grant, that he's from Software. I just sent him a message and I'll give him a clip of what you said.
Oh shit.
Okay. Even if he
Damn.
disagrees, I'm pretty sure the topic is interesting for him.
No, the thing is, if he
Like now,
disagrees,
I mean,
we'll let him play your game and he can test it on himself.
Like,
Right, that's
I'm not saying, as always, I'm not saying in 100% facts. I'm saying that this is a very interesting topic to talk about.
I will. I will agree with that.
It's
I'll
it's
agree
a
with that.
very interesting topic. So yeah, I really thank you guys, everybody here on the stream, especially Zayed and Ramon's. Like, I feel like whenever people say that, oh man, the music is so good, oh man, the graphics are so good, oh man, the patterns are so good, I keep on replying in the chat. Nahiya pa kayo, sabihin na lang niyo maganda yung game.
Iba to.
It's like,
That's
Iba.
true. That's true.
Iba to, iba.
yeah, it's
Uh,
like, we're called Team Goodnight for a reason. Without these two, yeah, I did a lot, but without these two, I'm pretty sure it's not Goodnight without these two. What's called this? Everybody corroborated. I don't think you can say it's Goodnight without Zayed's awesome models. You can't say it's Goodnight without Ramon's music. You can't say it's Goodnight without the really stupid jokes and the patterns. It's everything, man. It's like I really want everybody to get credited. This is why the special credits are big as well, because I really want them to get the credit they deserve. Everybody did their amazing job. And you, of course, you guys streamers, I was very lucky to have the last minute decision to open the game for all streamers, because without the streamers, me, Zayed, Ramon, I feel like we might be a bit depressed. It feels like it's such a lonely feeling that you're gonna release a game on pandemic and nobody's playing, you got nobody to watch, and it feels like you can't keep track of the progress of if the game is actually good. Um, uh, I would might have went all what you call this angsty mode and just try to finish Good Night right now. But right now I'm having fun interacting with everybody, the fans, so on. Um, People say that I actually feel like I'm too I some people could actually say that I'm too love I it feels like what you call this I'm a bit plastic, but no, that's actually genuine. All of this is love. I really think that if it's not for the VTubers, if it's not for Kagawad, it's not for the high level FGC, for you BJ, I don't think I would be in a good mood right now. And that's really important because it's been it's COVID is depressing, man. COVID is very depressing. Ah,
I know, man. I know. Awesome. It's awesome to have you guys three again. Thank you for being here. Captain Mike, last thoughts for the evening.
Para sa akin, I'd like to say thank you to the Goodnight team for producing a very wonderful game. Pero gaya nga na lagi kong sinasabi, to those who want to achieve their dreams, you have to believe in that dream in order for it to happen. And that's what Goodnight that's what Goodnight did. Ngayon
even if that dream is a nightmare.
Yeah, even if that game is a nightmare, ako na magsasabi, yung value nung game that's important, And I'm sorry to say this to the Goodnight guys, it's not gonna be a good night for you guys once this skyrockets to all parts of the world.
Because I watch every stream.
Alex, I hope you get your Red Bulls on, kasi and same with you, Zayed and Ramon, you guys will be very, very busy from here on. But again, congratulations and well done.
If it's a good way to be busy, I don't mind that.
Cool. Thank you. Notch?
Well, I guess similar to Ramon, I'm gonna keep it simple. Good night. The first time I played it, I got hooked. I think I played it during the afternoon when I got work to do, and I didn't really do any work. No, so that's a good thing for me. Not so much for my boss, but yeah. I totally agree with. I totally agree with Mike that pretty soon you're all gonna be busy with Alex patching like crazy, with Zayed thinking of crazy models to put in for other updates, and there you go, and Ramon updating his music again. I'm still waiting on that death music. I'm still waiting on that death music. Everything will come in its proper place, and with the game this good, I don't think it's gonna come far off. It's gonna come pretty soon. You just have to get that right hook, right? Yeah, you just have to get the right hook for everyone to notice and everyone to play it. So we hope in this little way that we have, we can help you with it, with our connections, and we hope we can help you market connections we all
don't have. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm really just saying this, I'm really just saying this for the merch. I'm really just saying it for the merch. To continue on. That's it. I'm just saying. I'm just being honest. I want the merch to come in, so I want the success to come in as well. So I hope I pray for success.
Thanks, man. By the way, have you finished the game?
Chapter 2.
He's trying.
It's like,
trying.
I'm still trying.
If you guys finish the whole game, you will be sure the one thing you guys will say, this game is passionate. That's the one thing you'll say in the ending. I'm not gonna say anything.
I haven't even finished it, and I'm saying it to you now. You've done it passionately, all three of you. Fuck, Alex, come on. What the fuck
I'll
is
do.
this game?
Yeah. I know, right? That what makes me
I'll
so
do you one
happy.
better. I'll do you one better. If all four of us finish the game in like a month from now, we all become characters in the game. That would be great, though. I mean,
There's
I-
mods. There's mods though. There's mods. So
put me
you
on
can
as a
do
skin.
3D model. Do it yourself.
Yeah.
Zayed, you have to get my best side, right? You have to get my
Yeah.
best side if you're gonna put me in the game, huh?
Yeah.
Don't forget.
It's gonna be
the-
easy for Captain Mike. Just a very old
Make-
guy with a
make-
captain's cap. hat.
make-
With
make-
a
make a-
ponytail. With a ponytail.
Yeah, make a round circle with a ponytail. That's
An old
it.
guy with a ponytail. That's it.
What, George Carlin? What the fuck? Almond, Kagawad, last thoughts for the evening.
I just want to say thank you guys for your contribution in the game development in the Philippines and in video games in general. Like, this is a fucking awesome game, man. Even when I streamed it, like, I even used my alter ego, which I rarely use now. You know,
Put the
like
mask
my
on.
demon.
He put the fucking mask
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, because like every time I put my mask on, the demon Ravenized, that means it's some serious shit.
And then he
But
took
I
it
have
off
to
because
use
it
it.
was so hard.
I couldn't fit.
Shit, yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I saw it.
Yeah, man. Shit. Like, even my demon form, like, couldn't like finish it in one go right away. But dude, I came into this game like, fucking, playing it like a magic carp at first, and then after like hearing the music playing, the game fucking turned into Gyarados right away.
Gyarados.
Yeah.
It's there, by the way.
Yeah.
It's on the game. One of your quotes, "Tunay na warrior." It's already on the game.
Nice. Nice.
Ayos yun ah.
Yeah.
I'm in a fucking video game, man. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. This is such a huge deal for us gamers, like, and I see the passion in the game, like the love, I hope that you guys will go like miles or fucking explore the whole universe in this fucking gaming industry, Yeah, I'm very proud of what the Filipinos have become when it comes to gaming and game development. So thank you guys. Thank you.
Hey,
That is
and
so
again,
cool.
Zayed, you're a Filipino too, right?
Yes. I was gonna say.
Oh, yeah.
It's an
yeah.
honor to
Oh,
become
yeah.
a Filipino.
Hell
Tunay na
yeah.
warrior, Filipino.
Tunay na warrior.
Yes.
So before I give my final statement, I want to ask Captain Mike, Notch, and Kagawad to do your best British accent and say the word support. Can you do that? Practice muna tayo. 1, 2, 3, support.
Support.
I show.
Support. Support. British.
Oh,
British.
support.
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 Because
I show
we're going to
support.
chant. We're going to chant good night support. Very good. It's good night support.
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 Here trying to get even with Alex on that kind of style.
Who the fuck? Who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah.
Tatay mong
I am.
kalbo. Tatay mong kalbo.
If you guys haven't played it for like the recent patch, my god, I'm pretty sure you enjoy the new stuff I want.
I'm gonna fucking stream it like today, man. I'm gonna fucking stream it.
Hey, what time? I'm done. What time?
Yeah, make sure you stream it so he doesn't
I don't
fucking
know.
sleep. That's what he deserves.
No, I'm gonna stream it. Maybe I'll tell you guys. I'll announce it on the page because right now I'm hungry.
I
Right.
gotcha.
Anyway, it's such a huge honor to have yet another milestone added to the Filipino geek community, gaming community, and the game development community. Me, as an advocate of Filipino developed content, I was so elated to get to know these guys, and it's been a 3-year journey. It has come full circle for the time that you were sending it out for demo, and now it's on early access. It was such a ride that I could not be any happier. So thank you very much for those people who have stayed until the end. Thank you very much for joining us. This has been yet another episode of the G3 podcast. This is your host, BJG, along with Captain Mike, Notch, Kagawad Raven Eyes, and of course the guys, the team, behind this awesome new game, Good Night Bullet Hell. That's Alex Valdez, Ramon Nario, and of course Zayed Al-Shaheed. We'll see you next time. Thank you very much and have yourself a butt clenching good night. We'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Enter the good night.
Bye. Three. With all due
Go, go, go.